Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. I'm your host, Ellen, and today we have 100 questions on general knowledge. Let's take a look at our Quiz Class awards. And here they are. Let us know how you rank in the comments at the end, along with the answer to the bonus question. And let's begin. During which war was the term unsinkable aircraft carrier introduced? The Korean War, the Vietnam War, or World War II? World War II. What is a variety of chrysoberyl stone? Lapis lazuli, tourmaline, or cat's eye? Cat's eye. Which U.S. building has a zip code? The Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building, or One World Trade Center? The Empire State Building. What is Diego Velázquez's 1656 masterpiece? Las Maestras, Las Muñecas, or Las Meninas? Las Meninas. What animal isn't a main character in the 2024 animated film Flow? Capybara, cat, or a zebra? Zebra. What fraternity are dervishes members of? Taoism, Zoroastrianism, or Sufism? Sufism. What is musician and actor Lady Gaga's first name? Sophia, Serafina, or Stephanie? Stephanie. What color are sweet almond tree blossoms? Pink, yellow, or white? White. Which country has the world's third largest oil reserves behind Venezuela and Saudi Arabia? Australia, Russia, or Canada? Canada. What is the 1990 street art My God Help Me? My God Help Me to Survive This Deadly Love, sometimes known as Socialist Brothers, Brothers in Arms, or Fraternal Kiss? Fraternal Kiss. How many stars are on Venezuela's flag? 3, 5, or 8? 8. Who hasn't won the Best Actress Academy Award twice in the 21st century? Emma Stone, Frances McDormand, or Anne Hathaway? Anne Hathaway. Which larger Greek island is Cape Tripoli, the most southerly point of Europe, closest to? Corfu, Crete, or Kos? Crete. Which cult carried out the Tokyo subway sarin attack in 1995? Damimission, Aum Shinrikyo, or Jehovah's Witness? Aum Shinrikyo. What was the world's busiest container port in the 20th century? The port of Guangzhou, the port of Shanghai, or the port of Hong Kong? The port of Hong Kong. Which electric car model is the current highest selling in the world? Tesla Model Y, Toyota Prius, or the Hyundai Ioniq 5? The Tesla Model Y. What do maple trees store that converts to sugar in their sap? Yeast, hops, or starch? Starch. Which country's national anthem translates as War Song for the Army of the Rhine? Germany, France, or Austria? France. What fabric is the surface of nubuck leather comparable to? Merino, velvet, or cashmere? Velvet. Who is not one of these musical siblings from the O'Connell? Alice, Phineas, or Billy? Alice. What is the Romanian dish mamaliga known as in Italy? Focaccia, risotto, or polenta? Polenta. Which country made voting compulsory in 2023? Chile, Argentina, or Brazil? Chile. Which Australian eucalyptus varietal is known as Fourth River Peppermint? Eucalyptus spartica, Eucalyptus koala, or Eucalyptus radiata? Eucalyptus radiata. What is another word for driving manual? Slick, stick, or smick? Stick. In which country are the Holy Cross Mountains? Poland, Italy, or Belgium? Poland. What baked goods traditionally mark the end of Lent? Stollen, hot cross buns, or profiterole? Hot cross buns. What is a travertine a form of? Granite, marble, or limestone? Limestone. What is an intact male llama called? Macho, nacho, or pacho? Macho. What is the call sign for the letter I? Italy, India, or Iraq? India. What was the first video game system to use DVD technology? PlayStation 1, 2, or 3? PlayStation 2. What is the worst U.S. earthquake in history? 1959 Yellowstone, 1964 Alaska, or 1906 San Francisco? (1964) the Alaskan earthquake. What was the online bank BBVA USA previously called? BBVA Patrol, Compass, or Transit? BBVA Compass. In Freemason jewelry, what does the square represent? Tailor of the lodge, master of the lodge, or servant of the lodge? Master of the lodge. In what country were the Magna-Tiles construction toys developed? The US, Switzerland, or Japan? Japan. Which country's Dairy Farmers Cooperative Milk Company developed plastic milk crates in the mid-20th century? The UK, the Netherlands, or Australia? Australia. What type of oil replaced whale oil for lamps in the latter 19th century? Coconut oil, vegetable oil, or coal oil? Coal oil. What part of the human body is affected by melanonychia? Nails, scalp, or mouth? Nails. What is the world's largest producer of ginger? Thailand, India, or England? India. What type of weave is commonly used for silk? Linen, satin, or gauze? Satin. Who is the current Prime Minister of Spain? Pedro Sanchez, Pedro Pascal, or Pedro Almodovar? Pedro Sanchez. Which plateau is the highest and largest plateau in the world? Giza, Qinghai Tibetan, or Colorado? The Qinghai Tibetan Plateau. What is the population of Vatican City? Less than 1,000, less than 10,000, or less than 100,000? Less than 1,000. Which app is not used for secondhand sales? Geneva, Vinted, or Poshmark? Geneva. Which is not a previous name for the Booker Prize? Man Booker Prize, Booking Publishing Prize, or Booker Prize for Fiction? Booking Publishing Prize. Which country was used for principal photography for Denis Villeneuve's Dune films? Georgia, Jordan, or Lebanon? Jordan. Who has the second most Summer Olympic medals? Larissa Latinina, gymnastics, Katie Ledecky, swimming, or Pavo Nurmi, athletics? Larissa Latinina, gymnastics. What type of language is Russian? North Slavic, Central Slavic, or East Slavic? East Slavic. What Japanese city does the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge link to Awaji Island? Kobe, Osaka, or Yokohama? Kobe. What type of planet is Jupiter? Ice, gas, or desert planet? Gas giant. Which artist was born Emanuel Radnitsky? Manny Radar, Noel Tyke, or Man Ray? Man Ray. What type of festival was the equinox in pagan religions? Harvest, sacrificial, or solar? Solar. Which country didn't become a member of the European Union in 2007? Romania, Bulgaria, or Croatia? Croatia. Who was the master painter Pieve de Cadore known as? Giorgione, Correggio, or Titian? Titian. What was Mickey Mouse's character name almost? Marcel, Mungo, or Mortimer? Mortimer. How much of an egg is used for meringue? The egg white, the egg yolk, or a whole egg? The egg white. What does the Professional Association of Diving Instructors define as a deep dive? From 12 to 30 meters, 15 to 30 meters, or 18 to 30 meters? From 18 to 30 meters. What is procaine hydrochloride, also known as codeine, Prozac, or Novocaine? Novocaine. What is the world's greatest dog show? Taft's, Lifts, or Crufts? Crufts. In what decade was electronic tagging pioneered at Harvard University? The 1960s, the 1970s, or the 1980s? The 1960s. Which language's word for shoes inspired the name for e-commerce giant Zappos? Portuguese, Italian, or Spanish? Spanish. What color fur is a baby ferret born with? White, gray, or black? White. Who was the host of the 1940s U.S. radio game show Truth or Consequences? Bing Crosby, Orson Welles, or Ralph Edwards? Ralph Edwards. What is the largest botanical garden in the world? Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew, Jardin Botanico, or Singapore Botanical Gardens? Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. Which Austrian city gives its name to a schnitzel dish? Salzburg, Graz, or Vienna? Vienna. What was the #1 song on Billboard's year-end Hot 100 singles of 2024? Shabuzi, Benson Boone, or Teddy Swims? Teddy Swims, Lose Control. Where is the third season of HBO's The White Lotus television series set? The US, Italy, or Thailand? Thailand. What kingdom does yeast belong to? Bacteria, plant, or fungi? Fungi. Who was awarded the 2030 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games? Germany, France, or Italy? France. What is the longest muscle in the human body? Sartorius, biceps brachii, or gluteus maximus? Sartorius. How many eyelids does a camel have? 1, 2, or 3? 3. In what country is Agra Fort? India, Pakistan, or Myanmar? India. What dish is used for souffle? Ramekin, Dutch oven, or loaf? Ramekin. Which fashion house announced plans to acquire Versace in 2025? Gucci, Missoni, or Prada? Prada. What are letters in the Bible's New Testament? Scrolls, notes, or epistles? Epistles. What wooden figure is used by artists for sketching? Easel, mannequin, or silhouette? Mannequin. What is Holland to the Netherlands? A region, capital, or an administrative center? A region. What dog breed was gifted to Vladimir Putin in Bulgaria in 2010? Akita, Anatolian Shepherd, or a Karachian dog? A Karakachan dog. Which city does the Irish band Fontaines DC hail from? Cork, Galway, or Dublin? Dublin. What was the creeper the first of? Computer virus, hiking shoe, or nightlight? A computer virus. What was Genghis Khan the first of in the Mongol Empire? Tsar, Emperor, or Khan? Khan. What makes up most of the world's internet data in the 2020s? Text, video, or blockchain? Video. In which city does the music festival South by Southwest not happen? Berlin, Austin, or Sydney? Berlin. Which geometric shape is scalene? Triangle, rectangle, or hexagon? Triangle. What layer of Earth's atmosphere is the exosphere? Innermost, mid-level, or outermost? The outermost. Who illustrated many of Roald Dahl's books? Leo Leone, Maurice Sendak, or Quentin Blake? Quentin Blake. What is the lighthouse of the Mediterranean? Mount Vesuvius, Mount Etna, or Mount Stromboli? Mount Stromboli. What was the first U.S. state to legalize psilocybin for mental health treatment? Maine, Vermont, or Oregon? Oregon. Who is Lucky Diamond Rich? The world's most tattooed person, the world's best juggler, or the world's most accomplished unicyclist? The world's most tattooed person. What seating position is traditionally used for meditation? Cobra, corpse, or lotus? Lotus. Some members of which religious tradition believe in the rapture? Judaism, Islam, or Christianity? Christianity. What is the defining characteristic of the Silk Creamer brand? Vegan, organic, or diet? Vegan. Who is not one of the top 3 wealthiest people in the world in 2025? Bernard Arnault, Mark Zuckerberg, or Jeff Bezos? Bernard Arnault. Where are the man-made Palm Islands? Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or the United Arab Emirates? The United Arab Emirates. What has not been part of the Northern Hemisphere's quademic of 2025? Norovirus, RSV, or mumps? Mumps. How many children does President Barack Obama have? 1, 2, or 3? Two. How is a pretzel cooked? Boiled, pan-fried, or baked? Baked. What is public figure Jenna Bush Hager's book club named? Jenna's Books, JB Book Picks, or Read with Jenna? Read with Jenna. Where is the U.S. government's Atchison storage facility? Kansas, Illinois, or Minnesota? Kansas. Where in the human body is the dactylogram? Sternum, kneecap, or fingerprint? Fingerprint. Which city was once New Amsterdam? New York City, Boston or Philadelphia? New York City. And for our bonus question, which cheesy corn snack is flamin' hot? Let us know the answer in the comments, and of course, how well you did with our quiz class Einstein rewards. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and we will see you in our next one. Bye-bye.